All right, everybody, we are live. Give it a few minutes here, making sure all of the everything is running okay, camera, sound, all that stuff. So we got Richard here. How you doing, buddy? Y'all are gonna have to forgive me tonight. I am exhausted. Wife and I are both exhausted. It's been a week, but give it a few. Sweet Tooth, how you doing, buddy? We're going to wait a few more minutes for the 7 o'clock hour. Let everybody kind of get up on here. And then we'll get started. So you guys can hear me okay? Hopefully we do not have any issues this week. It seems like I am plagued by this whole live stream has been like jinxed like the past few weeks. Crow, how you doing? J3D, how you doing, buddy? Sasaki, how you doing? Max, half dead. Robert, I appreciate that, Robert. Thank you so much. All right, we're getting people on here now. 23 people so far. Cool. Might have a decent turnout. I was telling the wife I probably posted it too early because I normally kind of post it like 24 hours that we're doing the live stream, but I posted a little bit early, so I didn't know if people would forget or not. Joe O'Lean and Joe Rella, gentlemen, Woody, Monster Inc. Hello, how are you doing? How's everybody doing this evening? Thank you for sharing your time here on the live stream tonight. Got a couple things to talk about. A couple more minutes here. Let everybody get on. Everybody that is everybody. Please remember to be civil, as the moderators will boot you. Yes, people can subscribe to the live stream link and get reminders. So I'm assuming a lot of you guys have done that. You pretty much know. Of course, we're always pretty much doing live streams. Hey, Zach, how are you doing, buddy? Let's see. Loki, what's going on? We got Sweet Tooth and War Tooth. We got teeth officially. Sorry. Like I told you, it's been one of those weeks, guys. But hey, we're here. We're going to talk about some shiz. Might ruffle a few feathers, but that's okay. Yes, sir, it has been a while. Been a while back. I'm glad to see you back. Jules, how are you, sir? Coffee and a live stream. There you go, my friend. Is this the same Jules Modelato? The artist? I just want to double check. Lost some weight? Man, I friggin' wish. Dude, I'm a slim, trim 225, my friend. No, I'm also 6 foot tall, but I feel like I packed on a lot of weight during this pandemic and I just cannot shake it. All right, dude, half dead. I will send you that Discord link after the live stream, sir. I apologize for that. It's usually on the front page of the Patreon, so that way when you join, it's automatically there for you to link in and everything. Yeah, I have. My wife just pointed it out. Yeah, I shaved since the last live stream. I no longer have the beard, so maybe that's why I might look like I lost a little weight. But I appreciate that. I was told today I did not look like I was 51. So I hear that a lot, but cool. Surf Rider, what's up? How's everybody doing? All right, we are at the 7 o'clock hour. Got about 30 people on board, so we will we will get started here. So let me introduce myself. My name is Henry. I am the Creative Collector. If you've been following my channel, you know what we're about or what I'm about. I like to say we because I like to include my people that are involved in helping with this channel, which is my Patreons, which is you, that actually, support the channel and allow me to do what I do. So our subscription count, we're actually now, let's see, we're at 17,163 subscribers. So that is very, very cool. So I do appreciate everybody's support and everything. Channel's doing great. I haven't been posting as much content as I would like to, because if you were to look where I'm looking right now, it's been just a fiasco. So kind of give you an update about everything. What I wanted to basically kind of say, I think the last live stream where we were talking about how we're getting a storage room built so I can fix all this in here and show you guys my collection room and my paint room and everything like that. I had so many ideas. So as we speak right now, I kid you not, they're finishing up the shed in the back. It has been a wild 2 days, or actually a week, with this whole thing. We were hoping to get it done last week. We got bumped back because apparently my wallet's not big enough for the company that we were using. And then this jerk ass person who owns the company decided to get a little belittling to my wife, and that's a big mistake. I humbled him pretty quickly, and no, Patreon's not at 17,000. I only wish. But anyway, so yeah, so they finally come out the other day, started on it, didn't get it finished, pushed us back again a couple of days, and they finally come out here, and the guy is trying to renegotiate the terms of how much I pay him to build this thing, which is, again, not going to fly. So once again, hopefully this thing will be done. If it's, I mean, they're working on the roof right now. They're working on shingling the roof. If it is, I'm actually going to start moving stuff out of here probably tonight with a little headlamp on in the dark. So, because I am hell-bent on getting this room situated. I got my shelves in, got all my displays and stuff like that. So I am ready to go. I'm ready to show you a bunch of stuff here in this room, and getting to creating more content for you guys and everything. I got a lot of stuff I'm looking at right now that I've built, I've printed, and I'm ready to paint. So by all means, I'm looking to get my paint booth set up and everything like that, and get all this stuff going. But I literally probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 models in front of me right now that are ready for paint. So I want to be one painting ass fool. So by all means, stick with the channel. I appreciate it. So tonight's topic, I want to talk a little bit about Patreons, and some Patreons that are kind of going south. So if you don't know what a Patreon is when you Patreon is when you basically pay for a service, whether it be a model, whether it be for information, whether it be video content or whatever like that. You guys all know this. I'm not going to go through it with you, but I've been noticing that quite a few Patreons are either shortchanging their customers by giving them crappy quality in their models, or not doing anything at all. So they're still charging you. So I think that sucks. And unfortunately, I've actually backed a couple of these modelers, and basically told my subscribers and everything that, about these modelers, how great they were and everything. And here's the thing. A couple of them are really, really good talents. They just do not know how to efficiently manage their Patreon. And I say this because, I love the guy. He's a phenomenal artist. But Alvaro Stuardo, who I really, really like his work. I really do. The guy is just phenomenal. He does really good work and stuff. But, I mean, he charges only $5 for his Patreon. And I get it. There are things that you have to do in order to make money. And I get it, but, charge a quality amount, but at the same time, deliver. And I've been noticing that, he's been posting a lot of works and stuff like that in progress, different things and all like that, but never posting anything to the Patreon. So my personal thing is, I dropped him. I mean, yeah, it's $5. I get it. but it's been months since anything was delivered. And I'm seeing that on a couple of other Patreons that, and people have been complaining about. So here's my thing, and I'll put it in a nutshell with this. If you have a Patreon, you have an obligation to provide a service or a product or something of that nature, tangible service, tangible product, whatever, to your customers. You do not gaff them off. You do not start posting a bunch of other stuff that are sketches or work in progress in hopes of getting somebody to pay you a couple of grand for that commission work. I get it. If you need commission work, that's fine. But at the same time, you have that obligation that you need to maintain. Am I wrong? You let me know in the comments. But I think that you have to take those people first, because one, you've already taken their money. The second thing is they're expecting something from you. And you've been posting in your comments, in your Patreon, that this is going to be dropping soon. This is going to be dropping soon. This is going to be dropping soon. And the bad thing about it is what you dropped as the next model was not what you were talking about 2 or 3 months ago. So come on. But I think that modelers, and I think Jules is on here, and Jules is another great artist. He's been delivering top quality stuff. Jules Maldonado, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but go over there and check him out. But you have to be consistent. Now, I know that, like Alvaro was saying, okay, well, I'm not going to be doing something every month. I get it. He was upfront about it. It's not going to be, it's going to be quality over quantity. I get it. But man, you're posting stuff like every other day of sketches. Why don't you complete the work that you've already started and then post that? I mean, I think that, that's bogus to me. And I mean, I'm not trying to harp on this guy or whatever like that. I'm kind of using that as an example because there's a lot of that, more of that going on. And I see there's a lot of Patreon members too, or Patreon owners that are shortchanging. They're putting out models that are totally on the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay, how do you go, and again, tell me if I'm wrong, but how do you go from releasing all these highly detailed models, let's just say Iron Man, Batman, all these things that have been just kick ass, really good stuff. You've been producing like 4 and 5 models a month. Now, that's great. $10, $20, whatever you charge. How do you go producing all of this, and now all you produce this month is Super Mario? That doesn't make sense to me. How many people can do Mario? How many people have done Mario? It's an easy model. I don't think anybody in his Patreon was asking for it. I even think that this particular person even had a poll as far as what to model for that month. And instead of the 5 models that you're normally doing, you did 1 that was a very simplistic model. And you're also, again, shopping more detailed models and stuff like that for a commissioner to take them over. I mean, I get it. It is one of those things where you got to make money. You got to provide your family and everything like that. If that's your deal, commission work, that's fine. That's great. I encourage you to do that because commission work fetches hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's commissioners who charge $500. There's commissioners that charge $5 grand. I've seen them charge $15,000 for a model. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're whoever. I don't care if you're Michelangelo. I'm not paying you 15 grand for a model. And I think that's where the greedy side comes in, if you ask me, because that's really putting a little bit too much into your work. Maybe you feel like you're worth it. Maybe you are. But let's be realistic. But at the same time, you're taking money on a Patreon from people because it's a consistent stream of revenue. In the meantime, you're shopping, hoping that you can get that $5 grand for that one model that should have been in your Patreon. Think about that. So, so absolutely. So I'm kind of on my high horse about it because when I tell you guys to go and support this artist, it's because I have faith in them. I like how their business model is. I like the models that they're doing. But what I don't like doing is telling you guys to go out there and spend your money on them, and then they shit on you. So just keep that in mind. I mean, I will flat out tell you that if someone's doing this, I mean, I got to call it out, because, I told you guys to go over and support this artist, and that's just not cool in my eyes at all. So I just want to say that if you're a Patreon owner, or if you're a content creator on Patreon or whatever like that, and if you're doing that, look in the mirror, dude. Shame on you. I mean, you need to take care of your customers first. So, I mean, like with my Patreon, I don't necessarily offer a model every month. All right, but I do, and I'm going to explain. But my Patreon is set up basically for information and support of the channel. So you can donate $2, you can donate $10, but I try to reinvest back into the Patreon. So what I typically do is everybody that's on the Patreon and stuff, I offer a model of the month. I flat out say, this is not something that I plan on doing every month. I've been fortunate to where I've been doing it like the past 4, maybe 5 months. And I've been grateful to do that. I've worked with a phenomenal artist, FP Artworks. Go over there and check out those guys. He does incredible jobs. But at the same time, I don't feel like that's necessarily an obligation. I was up front with my audience. But I'm still going to deliver as much as I can, reinvest back into the channel. But I do have a private Discord. We get on there, we talk, we go over things. Everybody on there is very informative. We help each other out. You can ask questions to me directly. It's an easy way to get in touch with me. So that's my Patreon. But if I am solely on there to do nothing but models, that's what I'm going to do. But we have people that are not doing that. So keep in mind, if you get into a Patreon, if you get into a Patreon and they do that, then leave. I mean, if they do it 1 month, leave, because they'll do it again. So, I mean, I'll give you an example. Wicked. All right. Everybody that's on this live stream probably knows who Wicked 3D is. They have 3 Patrons: 3D Berserk, Wicked, and Star Wars. They actually are on the other side of the spectrum, because they give you so damn much that you won't be able to print it in 6 months. I promise you. That is a good problem to have. Their quality is top notch. They only charge you $10, and they do it for a labor of love. They also make a living, and they're worth it. And the thing is, if something's screwed up, you contact Gabriel over there. I know Gabriel personally, and he'll fix it. His team will fix it. That is why Wicked is successful. They deliver, they got customer service, and they take care of their people. And they're not fishing for commissions. I mean, they're not, I don't know what their artists do on the side, but they're not posting stuff. Okay, well, I've got this model right here of Iron Man for $5,000. If you want it, it's a private commission. They're not doing that stuff. So if your artist starts doing that in your Patreon, leave, get out, because they're in it for this right here and not for you. So, so we got a few people getting on here. Yes, so Cardoso 3D is very good. I'm actually looking at a couple of his models right now that I'm getting ready to do. Yeah, so I mean, get into a Patreon that you feel comfortable with. And I agree with you, James. To me, Wicked is hands down the best Patreon. And I'm not saying that because Gabriel doesn't pay me a copper penny. I pay for my Patreon. I still pay my $10. Have for the past 2.5 years. I don't get anything for free from them when it comes to the models. I pay for everything, but they're awesome. What did they release last month? 16 models. 16 models, I think. Anybody can verify that for me? But yeah, I mean, that is crazy. Felipe, how you doing? Glenix, Go back and look a little bit earlier. We just kind of went through that. So I did tell my Patreon that I did secure 2 commission spots for next month, because the Patreon is doing really, really well. A lot of people, everybody's been so supportive of it and everything. And I just released one of the models that we're going to do for September. We're actually going to be doing 2, if the second one can be done in time, because the artist, I don't want him to rush it and give a shitty product or anything like that. He's been doing great so far. So I am actually diving into the G.I. Joe realm. I'm a big G.I. Joe fan. I've got a couple of models, as you can see right here, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, and I got Cobra Commander up there. Those were done by Megs Empanato, and Megs was supposed to do the Serpentor, and he didn't. Megs is another one who kind of got sidetracked with commission pieces and everything else, and just kind of left everybody in the dust. So, but he doesn't have a Patreon. He was selling the models straight off of Instagram and Facebook. So I secured a spot to start on the G.I. Joe models this coming month. And the first model that we're going to do is Scarlet. I did release the pose on my Discord, and I'll be posting that in Facebook, my Facebook and Instagram as well. So the artist is actually going to get started on that one. And then the second one that I'm doing, again, it's kind of almost like a labor of love. This is something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, and I'm kind of testing the waters on dioramas. Is I am actually doing the front cover, or having him do the front cover of the Punisher War Journal, where Wolverine and him are fighting the jungle scene, where he's coming out of the water with the gun, Wolverine's coming at with the knives and everything. But I'm giving the artist pretty much free reign to pretty much do what he wants to as far as details. So it might be a little different, but that's where we're going. So, but those are going to be the 2 for September. So you heard it here first. I just released the Spider-Man Kraven's Last Hunt, and I got it printed here. I'm going to show you guys this. It's not a full-size model. If you know what the cover looks like and everything, it's not a full-size model, but it is friggin' awesome. And I printed it in quarter scale, and I got it done just in time because my Sonic Mega 8K that I used to print this, the screen just went out today. 400 bones for that damn thing. Oh my God. $400 for that screen. That's a whole printer, man. So if you guys hold your questions for a minute, I will answer some questions. I'll go back and everything like that. But if you want to hold your questions for a little bit and let me rant here for a little while. I got to be careful with this thing because it's not all glued in. But this is printed in 1 quarter scale. It's not primered. It's not prepped really. It's just here. I think you guys can see it. It's freaking huge. But yeah, I love this thing. It is very, very highly detailed. He even did the grass in the back. If you look back here at all the details and stuff on this thing, I mean, he did all of the grass, and it turned out just beautiful. But I am offering this one right now on my Patreon. If you join the $10 tier, the Patreon link, the Patreon link is actually on the front of my YouTube page. If you go up in the top right-hand corner, there'll be a link there for the Patreon. But yeah, you can join it, $10, and you'll get that model. I've already sent it out to my Patreon backers. Everybody that's part of my Patreon has got this model. I got it to them a couple of days ago. So yeah, everybody's got that one. And I'm getting ready to paint this. This is actually going to be my next video. Looking forward to getting that video out to you guys to see it. But I love that model. I love that cover. That is one of my favorite covers. Mike Zeck did it. And if you know me, Mike Zeck is my favorite artist ever. I think Mike is just an incredible soul. He's a great guy. and does some amazing work. Nobody draws like him. But yeah, so I am super excited to be able to get that out to my Patreon members this month. And then the next month, like I said, we're going to go for 2 models. Hopefully the artist gets them done. The first one is going to be pretty detailed. It's pretty neat little pose of Scarlet. And I can probably show you a pic here because I have it on my phone. It's not going to be a great pic. And I'm trying to remember the artist who did this one, but that right there is going to be the statue of Scarlet. I think that's really, really cool pose right there. Simple, yet elegant, yet just feisty as hell. So I think that's going to be a great one. I'm looking forward to that one. So, and my plan is to do at least one G.I. Joe member a month. We have a ton of them, as you guys know, but I want to start doing some of the less common ones. Like I know everybody does Snake Eyes, everybody does Cobra Commander. I want to look at stuff like Major Blood, Zartan, Cobra Viper, Flint hasn't been done too much. Rock and Roll, Grunt. I mean, all those like that. Greg Horn, that's his name. Thank you, Square. But yeah, I'm looking to get a lot of those lesser name characters done because I love it. I mean, I'm a Cobra fan and everything. I really like it. Yeah, Quick Kick. I like Quick Kick. Gung Ho. Shipwreck. Yeah, Destro. I don't think anybody's really done a good Destro. I got it. I got a little small statue in today from PCS. It was like $9 on eBay, so I just went ahead and bought it. Paul's here. Everyone rejoice. Yes. But so yeah, Firefly. Man, so many. What do they have? Does anybody know how many characters they have in the G.I. Joe universe between Cobra and G.I. Joe? It's got to be in the thousands, man. So anyway, that's what I'm offering. So that's what I'm talking about. If you get into a Patreon, they need to go above and beyond for you guys. Instead of worrying about commission work, shopping it around before they offer it to you. If they do that, then what they need to do is they need to separate that from the Patreon. So I understand that commissions are kind of a must with some artists because that's where a lot of your money comes from. But keep in mind though, if you're charging $10 or $20 for a Patreon member or whatever, let's just say you have 500 Patreons. How much money is that a month? What, $5,000, $10,000? You can't tell me that's not good money right there. And you would have that consistently every month if you would deliver every month, not just taking a swing and a miss on a model that somebody may or may not buy from you on one time. So that's another thing to keep in mind if you're a Patreon creator. Let's see. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got 74 people on here now. Very cool. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch in on tonight about Patreons and stuff, because I really want you guys to shop and support by your wallet, and support the Patreons that support you. Whether it be me, I don't care. If you come to my Patreon, that's great. We'd love to have you over in our Discord and our community. I am close to around 130 Patreons right now. I keep in mind, some of them donate $2, some of them donate $10. But everything I got goes back into the models, because these models are not cheap to have created. They cost a lot of money, and you've got to be able to push those things to your people to keep them coming back, because if not, it's going to be a one and done sort of thing. I have that where somebody comes in, they want a model, and they go, I want it, and get that, and I'll leave. That's fine. That's their prerogative. But if you stay loyal to your customers, your customers will stay loyal to you. But yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's already an expensive hobby. Don't waste money on patrons that aren't producing. Crow said it best right here in this comment. let's see here. Jerry's here from 3DHP. Go over and see Jerry. Yeah, Jerry, their alien diorama. If you have not seen, hold on, I got a picture of this too. So Wicked, we're on the Wicked whole thing. But I want to show you, if you got 99.999% of you people know who Wicked is on here. Let me see. They just released their alien diorama. Alien, I mean, it's got the power loader, the alien queen, the alien bishop, Newt. I mean, it's got everything, including the damn kitchen sink. So this is what they released here. If you guys can see that, go over there to their site and check. That right there is the price worth of it. I mean, worth the price of admission in their diorama. $10, $10 stinking dollars will get you that this month. And that's just some of the models. And I think they've done a lot of these in I think they've done a lot of those in bust forms or their own bases too. So I mean, that's what a Patreon's about. That's why they're the best. That's why they probably got, I think last time I checked, I think they had like 3,000 or 4,000 Patreon members at $10 a pop, 30, 40 grand a month. That's some pretty sweet cheese right there, y'all. And if you want to get to that level, that's what you got to do, because the competition is fierce. There's a lot of patrons out there. If you don't deliver to your customer, then they're going to leave you and they're going to go to someone who will. All right. Yeah, they have standalone models, everything. All right, let's see here. Yes, my buddy Tony from Greedy 3D is actually working on this alien piece. Tony's a huge alien fan. He's actually released a couple of videos on some of the couple things that he's done for that model so far. That is just a massive diorama, and he's killing it over there. Derek, is this right? Is this 3,383 characters in the G.I. Joe universe? Is that correct? That's a lot. That seems like a lot. Wow. Oh, I don't know. 163 characters, or am I totally? I'm proud. I know I'm not getting something right. So Wicked has 3,383 Patreon members. Holy shit. That is crazy. So yeah, Reggie, they do have a group of artists. They have, I think the last time I talked to Gabriel, I think they had like close to 40 people working there, like different artists. They have a customer service person. They have directors. I mean, it's gotten pretty big. When I started backing those guys a couple of years ago, it was close to like maybe, I think it was probably just like 3 or 4 people at the time. So yeah, Wicked makes close to $60K a month over all the Patreons. That's a lot of cheese right there. So yeah. So with that said, I mean, you guys can go back and look at some of the videos and stuff. Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, we got 73 people watching and only 30 likes. So if you guys can do me a favor and hit that like button, don't be afraid to leave some comments, because that is how we pretty much get seen in the YouTube algorithm or whatever like that. And Jerry, I need to have you on sometime, my friend. Everybody misses you here. But that is how we get seen and put in front of other people and everything. I had my last week's live stream. They were talking about, oh, Henry, we need to get you to like 50,000, 100,000 subscribers. You know how great that would be. Keep in mind, that would be just awesome to do. I know it takes time and years to get there, but that would be just awesome. I mean, for me, it's not about like making money or anything like that. It's like, you got this many people watching your videos. They're watching what you do, your live streams, your tutorials, your shorts, everything like that. And that, for me, that's just really cool. That blows me away. So, yeah. So the problem with that, Jerry, is I work every Saturday. The only Saturday I'm not going to be working is like in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to be helping my son move. So yeah. Okay. Quinn says, he verifies it. There are 100 and hold on. Everybody's clicking at one time. There's 163 G.I. Joe characters. That's still a lot, guys. Can you imagine making 163 models from G.I. Joe characters? I'd love to. I would friggin' love to. That would be such badass. Can you imagine having like what you see behind me with 163 G.I. Joe models? Oh my freaking whatever. That would be so cool. Hold on, I got a dickhead here. There. See you later, buddy. Sometimes the moderators don't always get everybody, so I apologize for that. Yeah, Loki, I build a whole room. Well, that's what I've done. I've got a whole room. No, that's not my new goal, Woody. I still have hashtag backlog. My wife will post that here in a minute, I'm sure. That would bury me in so much work. It would take years to get that done. Years to get it done. What is FDM on the prints behind me? The ones behind me, I don't think anything. I think everything is resin. Yeah, everything behind me is resin. Companies less likely to go after you if you sell STL rather than actual prints. That's not always true. They could get you for both. I mean, if you're selling. So what are you saying, Raccoons? Is that Mary Jane to your left still around to buy the STL? Yes, that Mary Jane right there, the Kirsten Dunst, that is Vex 3D. They got a Facebook page and all that stuff over there. They're selling that model. But yeah, the guy does incredible work over there. All right, so I will answer some questions here for a second before we kind of go any further. Let me back up here a little bit. Give me just a second because I don't want to forget anybody. I know we got a lot of people on here, 70 people right now. Are you guys smashing that freaking like button for me? I'd appreciate it if you would, guys. Let's see. NJ Prince says we got to get my version of the alien diorama in due time, sir. I'm debating on whether or not to do that one or not because I've got to get these other models behind me done first before I really hit on anything because man, I got so much to do. Let's go back a little bit. I see a lot of comments. Let's see here. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to answer some of your questions here. Let's see. Did I see the post-credit scene after the new Transformers? I did not even see the new Transformers. I wasn't too keen on the reviews for it and the trailer for it. Let's see. A lot of comments. Yep, they started with 4 guys. Wicked did. Let's see here. Let's see. I just hear a lot of comments. I don't have a lot of questions. All right, here we go. The big question. This is coming from, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, guy. I apologize. Stepan Sechik. The big question, who has more whips, the person sculpting or the person printing? I think that sculptors don't keep a lot undone work in their midst because they're too busy creating works. I think that person is the person printing. So that, yeah, good. That's nice to think about that. Yeah. Cyber Hobbit wants to know, are all the things behind you statues that you've built? Do you ever buy any Sideshow or Prime 1 statues? Yes, I kind of do. I haven't in a while, in some years, Majority of what you see behind me is stuff that I've printed and painted. However, I've got some stuff here, like I got the Sideshow Daredevil and Punisher right here. I've had those for years. I've got the Sideshow Punisher Comiquette right here, which is still my favorite piece. I've had it for years. It's actually number 1 in the whole series. I paid pretty good money to get that as number 1. Let's see. I've also got some ARH Studios back here. The Spartan, and then I've got down somewhere. Oh, there he is, Leonidas, and I've also got oh God, Brad Pitt. What's his name? Troy. Achilles. Damn it. Anyway, I got those from ARH when they were actually a good company to get stuff from. They're gone now, I think, right? So yeah, I got those years and years ago. I was a huge ARH fan in the beginning when they were doing the gods and stuff like that. And then they totally went off the rails and started making half naked women in comic books, and that just killed their company. Not to mention Raja, whatever his name is, or whatever like that, started, just not producing, not sending out stuff to people, and that killed his business. Kind of like what I was just talking about with Patreons. If you don't deliver, your customers will leave. So actually, yeah. I've got some Joe statues, like I said, behind me. There's Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. I printed those like last year. I did a video on each of those. Stage fan. I'm just gonna call you Cedric, dude. You got 40 sculpts in progress. Yeah, you sound like me. Glass Joe says, I've always dabbled with painting kids models over the years, good heavily into statues like Sideshow about 3 years, and just started 3D printing about a month ago. Yeah, I mean, that's why I stopped buying Sideshow pieces. And I think the last piece that I bought was Deathstroke. It's a Prime 1, 1/3 scale, Prime 1 Deathstroke. And I think at the time it came out, it was like $700. If you try to get a third scale piece from them now, you're talking what, $1,500? It's kind of crazy. So yeah, it's ridiculous. But NJ Prince says, you're a huge Punisher fan, but would you say you're a bigger fan of Marvel or DC in general? I got to say Marvel, only because that's what I grew up with, and I really dig the characters. I can relate to the characters, but I love a lot of DC stuff. I love the oldies. I'm a Golden Age kind of person. That's what I kind of grew up with, and I really dig a lot of their stuff, like the old Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Justice League, and all that. The only thing that I don't like that DC's doing now is they're doing all these. Everything's a freaking Shogun. Everything is some type of samurai or whatever like that. They're putting all these spin on these different characters and are not really staying with the classic. Now, Marvel is doing some of that as well, but they're actually creating new characters instead of putting a spin on a current character. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not into that sort of thing. Like the whole Spider-Man. I mean, how many Spider-Man we got now? 24 or something like that. Different Spider-Man. We got the Miles Morales and all that stuff. I don't dig all that. I like Spider-Man. I like the black symbiote suit, symbiote, whatever you want to pronounce it. I like the black suit Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man 2099 and a few of the others, but I think that they're kind of oversaturating it a little bit, kind of like what they did in comics back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. So yeah, Prime 1 statues, they're incredibly large. You got to have a lot of room for those, and you have to have deep pockets for them. And I just don't get into it. Hey, Vinicius Cardoso is on here. We were just talking about you, bud. What a great Patreon he got. He's got Cardoso 3D. Go over and check him out. But I did a couple of pieces for him. I did the Agent Venom up there, did the video on that one. So yeah, go check him out. But he does incredible work. And as you can see, Cardoso, everybody on here loves you, dude. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it is bringing in the younger generation. I get it. I mean, you always have to evolve. But I'm just not, I mean, I'm not into it. I'm just old school, I guess, but I kind of dig some of the stuff that they're doing. But yeah, I'll stick to what I got right now. So one video that I can tell you that I'm going to be doing as soon as I get this room done, NJ Prince pointed out it earlier that I'm a huge Punisher fan. I am. I consider myself the biggest Punisher fan on the planet Earth. That's just what I consider, because I've been following since 1986. I got everything that you could probably think of with Punisher. I have 14 copies of Amazing Spider-Man number 129. I've got every appearance the Punisher's been in. I mean, I'm just a huge, huge Punisher fan. I am not printing anything right now, anything else except for Punisher pieces, because I want to do a video and show you guys the largest Punisher statue collection in the world. And it's been verified. Well, hasn't been legally verified by a certain company called Guinness, but that kind of got derailed with the pandemic. But it is I'm going to get these guys lined up out here to verify it again. And so I'm trying to get into the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest Punisher statue collection. So this is one that I'm working on. I upsized this thing 250% to the file. I've got it all printed and everything. I've got one more piece I've got to print, and that's, like I was saying, my Sonic Mega 8K. The screen went dead today, so that last piece was the one I needed to print for the base. But I can't remember the artist who did this. It's a kind of a stylized version. I really dig it. I like it. It fits with my unique collection that I got here. But I think after all is said and done, my Punisher statue collection count, I think, is 347 statues of Punisher. And that includes busts and all types of scales. So, yeah. Cool. Let's see. Half Dead has a question here. A lot of people ask how I do certain things and achieve the look that I do getting ready to start YouTube. Any suggestions? Just go with it, man. Print and paint what you want to print and paint, and have fun doing it. Don't treat it as a business. The first time you treat it as a business, everything goes in the toilet. I mean, you got to have fun with it. And that's my biggest suggestion. Research. If you're going to be doing, models to print and paint on film and everything like that, you're going to want to just have fun with it, man. Do your own style. Don't try to copy anybody else's. At the same time, soak everything in and listen to your subscribers, and try and help them out. You know, I mean, that's one of the big things. That's how you gain loyalty, by helping people out, not by shaming them or, and making, them feel inferior or whatever. And I kind of want to say this, and I don't know how you guys may feel, but I want to say this because this is just my opinion. Again, my opinion. I don't think that I will ever have an Artist of the Month contest on my Discord, because I feel that everybody paints on a different level. And I think it's apples to oranges to try and compare who's the best artist of the month, because I like to think that all of my Patreon members who follow the Discord and everything, who follow me and everything like that, have their own unique touch on everything, their own skill level and skill set. So I think that was kind of, I always thought that was kind of one of those things you're almost shaming people in a way, because when you start, I encourage people to do better. I don't encourage people to do better than someone else, if that makes sense. So when you start posting somebody who's on this level and posting them in a video with somebody who's on this level, then that person may feel like, man, what am I doing this for? And just throw up their hands and quit. And that's not what this is about. I want to make sure that you continue to do what you're doing. Now, when you get on the Discord on my server, you can post your work, and nobody encourages you to just, or nobody will shame you on anything whatsoever. What you will hear is, man, that looks really good. This may be a touch up here. You run a wash here, do this, that, other, just suggestions that we see that you could probably capitalize on. But the guys in here will tell you, we help each other. We don't do any of that. And so therefore I got a lot of questions asking, will you do an artist of the month sort of thing? No, I won't. I won't do a video of that. I don't think it's necessary. If you want to see a lot of great artists, get on a lot of Discords, different servers and stuff like that, that actually will show people's progress, help each other out, and not shame them. Okay, if that helps. So I really I want people to get into this hobby, have fun with it, and stick with it, and support each other, and just make some killer models. Because I've always said, you take model A from 2 years ago, and then you take model B from present time, and you compare the two, you should be going, look at them going, wow, oh shit, I'm a lot better now. If you're doing that, then you're on the right track. Cool. So let's see here. All right. So yeah, that's why we help each other over there. Frag wants to know, how's the Neptune 3 Max, Henry? It is still in the box. It is still in the box, my friend. I have not hooked it up. I'm waiting for this to get done out here so I can make room in here. Like I said, I spent a lot of money on some shelving. I've got to get it. It was just delivered today. I was telling my wife earlier, I'm like, I'm going to probably be out there in the friggin' yard putting stuff in the shed so I can start making room in here. I want to start working on this by this weekend. Of course, I work my day job a lot. So I kind of find time in doing this. However, I got to get you guys a video out. I feel like I'm getting amped up to finish this Spider-Man, Kraven's Last Hunt, and get you guys a video out. And then I want to start showing you a lot of the transition of this room in here and what I'm doing to it. I think you'll find it pretty interesting. So what did I go with for shelving? So shelving, I just went basically with an industrial type shelving. I actually got 4 units for this wall, and I'm getting 3 units for this wall. This is where my printers are going to be. And this is where, on this wall over on this side, this is where my models are going to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to custom make the cabinets. They're actually going to be all enclosed. They're going to have plexiglass on the front. They're actually going to have backers on them. And we're going to do some custom work and stuff like that to them as well. The shelves for the printers are going to be open air shelves, but they're going to be encased. And I'm actually going to do some type of extraction system with them, so I don't smell a lot of fumes and everything like that in here. But right now I have about 15 resin printers, and I'm actually going to trim some of that. So I'm not going to use every printer. I don't feel like I need to. It's just going to take up space. I want more display space rather than have just a bunch of printers here and spending a ton of money on resin. So absolutely. Let's see. What slicer do I use for FDM? Right now, I use between Cura and just whatever that little small Creality slicer is. I think it's a form of Cura too. I just don't do a lot of FDM. However, I'm going to. I've got this Neptune 3 Max because I want to print cosplay. I want to print helmets. I want to print, full suits and stuff like that. Not just going to put my fat ass in anything like that, but I'd like to do stuff like that for the room, just for display stuff, just something that looks cool. So yeah. All right. So I have run my mouth for an hour, but I hope you guys understand that if you're out there and you have a Patreon, and we'll kind of recap here. So if you got a Patreon that's not producing for you, that are just posting stuff on there to get commission work and not putting anything in your Patreon for months on end, or if their quality is slacking, shop with your wallet, express your voice with your wallet, and find someone else, because yeah, it's not going to cut it. So yeah, by all means, that's what my suggestion is. If there's a lot of good patrons out there, some of my videos I've done some models for some of these patrons, and I've also recommended a bunch of them. So there's no shortage of them at all. I think somebody asked me earlier what my top 5 patrons are. And it's not that I was trying to gaff off the question. I've been thinking about that. I'm definitely going to say Wicked's got to be number 1. And when I say Wicked, I mean Wicked, 3D Berserk, and their Star Wars Patreon. The other 4, man, that's tough, because I've been seeing a lot of killer work, a lot of great work. I've been seeing a lot of stuff from Jules. I really want to, he's got a horror line, and I'm a horror guy. I love horror stuff. And he just put out, I think it's Jules. What am I saying here? He just, I think, just released. Hold on, before I put my foot in my mouth here, guys. But yeah, I think it's Jules who just released the Lord of Darkness from Legend movie, full size figure. I want to print that thing in quarter scale, and that damn thing would probably be a good 40 inches, good 40 inches. So I'm debating on probably dropping a Patreon so I can join the extension. I'm already a member of his Patreon, but that extension right there that he's doing. But yeah, so it is Jules. Okay, I didn't want to make a complete ass out of myself by telling him the wrong artist. So I would say, yeah, my wife is going to want to print it because it's Tim Curry and she's a huge Tim Curry fan. So yeah, that would definitely go in the living room. Who made Darkness from? That's what we're talking about, Joe. We're talking about Jules Maldonado. He was on here earlier. So Jules, if you're still on here, chime in, buddy. Post your link up here if you can to your Patreon. So I would say Jules is going to be one of the other 4. I would say Cardoso 3D is going to be probably in the top 5. I would also, let me think again. Let me see here. I like BioBreed. I like what they're doing over there. They're doing some unique stuff. And then I think probably rounding out the top 5 would definitely probably be Vengeance Studios, because they're really, he's got a lot of diversity over there. He's doing a lot of different things, from movies, comics, all kinds of stuff. So definitely go over there and check him out as well. He is doing some really good. Jordan is doing some really good work over there. So go check out Jordan. Let me see. There was something else here that I missed. Do I tweak settings for my FDM in Cura? I do, but I don't get crazy with it. I kind of keep it basic. Here's a good question from eSurfrider. Will AI replace sculptured artists? The 3D AI generators are getting better and better very quickly. They already are. I think they already are. I think that we're on the cusp of having a lot of people switch mediums, I guess you could say, switch mediums. So if you remember right, it kind of works in phases. So years ago, like when the Randy Bowen era was going on, when he started making statues, everything was traditionally hand sculpted. Now you still have a lot of people that are still doing that, and it's a dying art, unfortunately. And now a lot of those artists have switched from there to like ZBrush and Blender, things like that. So now I think a lot of people are going to start transitioning from that to AI. Yeah, a lot of people are fighting it though. I mean, a lot of people are saying, don't support AI, this, that, and the other. It's evolution, man. I mean, unfortunately, it's one of those things that's going to happen. You can embrace it, or you can get hit by it like a truck. I mean, it's just a matter of time until it happens. It's like that whole thing with music. You got vinyl records, then you have cassette tape. Well, at first you had 8-track tapes. You guys don't probably even know what the hell I'm talking about. Then you have vinyl records, then you have cassette tapes, then you have CDs, and now you have streaming. And now the artists are screaming and yelling, going, "Oh no, we want a physical medium now because they're getting screwed out of their streaming revenue." We all knew this was going to happen. So now they're bringing back vinyl. It's been back for a few years. So now everybody's thinking, what are we going to do now to put things on a physical format? That way we can sell it and make money. So everything kind of goes full circle. So I think that a lot of the AI that's coming out is going to have blemishes. It's going to have issues. It's going to have technical problems, and people will get sick of it. But it's going to happen. And I think that you'll have the artists to still go through ZBrush and different rendering software and stuff like that. But ultimately, I think it's going to be to where like people like you and I who have no clue how to do any type of ZBrushing or any type of stuff like that, any 3D artwork or whatever, I think it's going to get to where all we got to do is just put in something and we'll be able to print it. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It's scary. I mean, because it is scary because a lot of people are doing it. A lot of companies are trying to stop it. Let's see. Ponder 6 is a giant bundle of STLs worth buying from Etsy. No, do not support any people that sell stolen STLs from Etsy. And 9 times out of 10, they're all stolen. So we won't support that. I won't give Etsy the time of day. A lot of people doing HueForge STLs with AI to avoid copyright issues. Yeah, I see that a lot. You do lose that personal touch with AI. Joe says, let's hope 8-track never comes back. I think that's a dead dinosaur thing right there, man. That damn asteroid took that one out and it's not coming back. So yeah, my wife makes a point. Something that folks forget is AI isn't able to interpret emotion like us people can, be that through visual art, song, dance, etc. It can make things, but everyone says they lack something. I agree with that. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be to a point to where people are just not going to. It's emotionless. It's a type of medium that is, to me, it's like the electric car. It's still a product that is in experimentation. I think that it's got a long ways to go, and I think it's just going to get thrown by the wayside eventually. People will get tired of it. Yes, it lacks personality. The 4-track, the 4-track, dude, you're going way back. I'm trying to help the younger generation here, but oh man, yeah, Daryl, if it becomes that easy, my backlog will be unforgiving. Yes, it will. Music writing, all that from AI is decent, but it's flat. Yeah. So I can tell you, I'm a musician. I've been a musician ever since I was 8 years old. I've been a professional musician. I've made records. I've toured. I've played stadiums. I've played in tens of thousands of people. I've played overseas. And I can tell you the days when we were back in a studio with a 4-track or an 8-track, and we're doing overdubs and stuff, track by track, and looping tracks and everything like that. And we had to sing. We had to play instruments. We had to play drums and stuff like that. There was none of this crap of, hey, I'm going to hit a couple of buttons and make a sample, and I'm going to progress a beat, and then I'm going to take and put that on a track and put a loop on it, and I'm going to put words to it. No, all that stuff is killed music because how many people that you see out there in concert today and YouTube videos that are lip syncing the hell out of stuff? My wife, I was just showing her yesterday where Cardi B threw a microphone at somebody in an audience because they threw a drink on her. She stopped singing, of course, but her track kept going. The girl's, man, she was lip syncing the hell of that stuff. To me, that is stealing from your customers. I mean, that is, to me, that is taking advantage of people. If you're there to see a show, you know, and be entertained by somebody getting up there dancing and jumping around on stage like a wounded duck, then that's all you and everything. But if you're there for the musicality, presence of it, something that you can just dig into and take in and enjoy, then that's what real music is about. That's, yeah. Auto-tune killed a lot of stuff. So, yeah. It is robots pretending to be humans. You know, I have this debate with a lot of people that, like, you get on there and you see some of your older musicians, some of your older records and stuff like that. You look at their producers. They have like 2, maybe 3 producers, a couple of songwriters. And then that's it. That's your musicians. That's your people, your engineers, your producers, your directors and stuff. If you look on a Beyonce record, she's got 60 producers, 72 guest artists, 14 engineers, and 55 songwriters. I get it. I'm not dissing Beyonce because everybody's doing that now. But you got people making tracks. You got people making records in their bedroom. You can make a full-scale professional record, album, LP, whatever you want to call it, in your room and never, ever have to play an instrument. Think about that. So Zach Wild, I know Zach. Zach sings and plays. Dude does not auto-tune. He does not fake anything whatsoever. He plays his stuff. He is really, really good. And Zach is a very humble dude too. He's a very humble guy. So yeah. Let me see if I can look up Jules here, because I know a lot of people are asking about Jules. If you want to learn about Cardoso 3D, check him out. I'm trying to find Jules. If anybody can post Jules link on here before I do, please do. Give me a second here. I hate dead air. I'm sorry about that. I love to talk. So yeah, Jules, I think he just posted something in my Facebook group. That's another thing, guys. If you're not part of the Facebook group, go over there and join. Would love to have you. And you can post your work. You can ask questions. You can partner it with other people, printer settings, things like that. You can do pretty much all of that sort of thing over there and enjoy yourself without being harassed, without being belittled or anything like that. By all means, go over there and join. So Vinicius, or I'm sorry, I'm going to call you Vinny. Vinny Cardoso, can you post your link to your Patreon on here? Will it let you do that? So everybody can see you, can go over there and visit you, sign up. Amazing work from this gentleman. He's got some really, really, really good models over there. Here we go. So let's see. Here's Jules. I just found him. So let me see if I can post you guys. Oh, you posted both? It's not showing up. Maybe because the moderator's not letting you post links. Damn it. So here is, look him up on Facebook. He's in my group. Go over there. He just posted The Lord of Darkness. Hey, Jules, can you post your link on here, buddy? Just put on there, like, whether it's Jules Maldonado 3D or whatever. You don't have to pull actually the link or whatever. So this is Jules Darkness right here. If you guys can see that, that is a freaking incredible model. Look how big that thing is. And you can't really tell by the phone, but yeah, it is awesome, man. Go over there and check it out. He has got some really good detailed stuff over there. And another one that I cannot forget, I can't forget my buddy who's been helping me out on a couple of things, and that is R3D Studio. I think he just chimed in. TSO Crypto. No, that's not him. Okay, my bad. So Ralph, yeah, he joined Jules. Yeah, shame on you mods. So R3D Studio, his is patreon.com/R3D Studio. He's been doing some Punisher models that are really cool. Oh, that is you. Okay. And let's see if I can get Jules on here. Jules, do I not have you as listed on my Instagram? That's a cardinal sin, my friend. I need to get you on here, buddy. Let's see. R3D Studio. Yeah. So go over and check him out. Super nice guy. He's been helping me out with a couple of models that I've had issues with as far as keying them and everything. And he's being so gracious and helping me with that. So again, that's people that you really want on your side to, to help you with issues that you may be having. Somebody that just blows you off or whatever like that because they say they're too busy, piss on them, leave them. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't care if you have 5,000, people or whatever like that. Let them know that, hey, at some point you're going to answer them because these are the people who pay you money to do that sort of thing. So let me see here. Man, I do not have Jules on here. Anyway, I think it's patreon.com. Well, crap. Anywho, yeah, share the ArtStation link if you can, Jules. But anyway, these are the guys that I support because they're putting out top-notch stuff. They're answering questions. Hell, they've had the graciousness to come over here and be on my live stream and talk to you guys and answer questions and everything like that for you. And I mean, that speaks volumes to me. I'm just a little bitty YouTuber, and these guys coming over here and helping out, and putting out some really cool models. Yeah, I can't forget LA Figures. And I don't have any interaction with those guys, but man, they're putting out, if you're in the Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, go over there and check them out because I think they got the whole line now, and those are some gorgeous, gorgeous models. Okay, so here's a challenge for you guys. Be nice to these guys on Patreon. We show more of their models so we can decide if we wanted to join. They actually have some models on their Patreon page. If you go over to like Instagram and Facebook, if you go onto their pages, they have models on there. So if you want to see some of the work, definitely go over there, and they show a lot. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're not seeing them for some reason or another, but yeah, definitely go over there and look at some of their Facebook pages, Instagram. If you go on to my Instagram page, every one of these guys I follow, if you go up into my follow link, you'll be able to see all of their names and go on there, and you'll see a ton of their work. So definitely go in and do that. You got to do a little research and everything, but if you want the good stuff, it's worth it. I mean, and they're not expensive. What do you guys like? $10 a month, Jules? $10 a month for the regular, and then also $10 a month for the horror side, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. R3D, I think you guys are what, 10 or 15? And I think that Cardoso is like 10 or 15. So, I mean, they're all around the same price and everything. And nothing's going to be like over the top. I did see somebody post something today. They sent me a link of wanting me to join their Patreon, and but they have like a $40 a fee, $40 fee per just one model, and I'm not ready to jump on that yet. They do good work, but I'm not ready to jump on that. 8 then 10, 8 then 11. Okay. So Peter Pan wants to know what my next project would be. I have about 100 of them right now, my friend. I have so many going on right now, but my next project that I'm going to be completing the video is for my model that I just released on Patreon for a stinking $10 a month. And if you guys are just now joining the live stream, I'll show it to you one more time. Hopefully I don't break it, because if I drop this thing, I'm going to cry. Is Spider-Man Kraven's Last Hunt. I printed this in 1/4 scale on the Sonic Mega 8K that the screen died on me today. Damn it. And I actually also printed some of the smaller parts on the Uniformation GK2. I know I hear a lot of people saying that that printer is expensive and everything, but let me tell you, it is worth it. It is worth it. The customer service is worth it. The ease of printing on that thing is worth it. So, yeah, I'm working on this one. And then, hold on. I am also doing a collaboration with Black Forge Games for their new Tenjin bust. I'm also working on that one. It is a massive piece that I'm got here in front of me, and I can't show you that right now because it's not glued together and it will fall apart. if that thing fell apart, I would cry. But I also got some models in here. I got the Kingpin, the Daredevil from Wicked. Hold on, I'm going to show you, because I told R3D that I was working on his model, and this is a Punisher model that I'm working on. And look how big this thing is. This is 1/4 scale too. I've got the head and all kinds of other pieces over here, so it's not all together, but I've got the body together. I've got the base together. The base is about the size of a big, gigantic pizza pan. I mean, this thing is huge, but it's a beautiful model, very well detailed, very well sculpted, and it's Punisher. What's not to like about Punisher? So I've got. Let me show you guys here. This is the base. Hold on. Let me take, because he's got some ammo boxes that attach to the base here, and I'm going to take those out. I just want to show you the size of this thing in 1/4 scale. That is big. That is a big boy. So, I mean, you can print it, of course, whatever size you want to. I think he has a file for 1/4 scale and 1/6. But I love to print my Punisher pieces big, and definitely going with this one here. This is going to be part of the Punisher video that I told you guys about earlier that I'm going to be doing. And I think this is model number 347 in my Punisher statue count. So, but definitely a beautiful one. And you know what, Jules? I think I said something to you earlier that I had too many Patreons going on right now. You know what? I'm going to go over after this live stream and I'm going to sign up because I want that Darkness model. I'm going to print it. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to do a friggin' video for it. And yeah, that is a beautiful model. So I'm definitely going to get that one. He also did a Ghostface for Scream, which is not like the boring pose where he's just sitting up there or whatever like that. He's actually in motion, like he's running towards his victim, which I think is unique. So that's really cool too. I would love to see the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. I mean, I could go on about horror movies. My wife and I are big Halloween. We're loving right now because all the Halloween stuff is in the stores. But I would love to see the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. I would love to see some more of the symbiotes or the Cenobites from Hellraiser. Not the new Hellraiser. I thought that movie sucked. I want to see I want to see The Exorcist. Yep. So yeah, so keep that in mind there, Jules. keep those wish lists intact, my friend. Yeah, so yeah, werewolves from any movie. I'm all about werewolves. I think I got one up here that I did for a contest like a year and a half ago. I got a Freddy statue, so I'm good on that. I got Jason. I do not have Michael Myers. Shame on me. I do not have a Michael Myers model. I don't have very many horror models, and that's a shame. But hopefully that'll change. Puppet Master, yeah. So yeah, the wife says we can buy home decor now. Yeah, so um, to show, and I'm actually probably going to make a video once Halloween gets set up because we decorate our house up. And I don't expect it to get very many views because it's not really for my audience, but I just got to show you guys how I love Halloween. My wife and I both do. But we're going to probably do a video this year, honey. So yeah, my wife decorates the yard. She does a damn good job. And she just bought a 16-foot black cat blow up to put in the yard to go along with our 12-foot skeleton named Scully. So, Pumpkinhead. Yeah, Rob. I'm all about some Pumpkinhead. American Werewolf in London. Yes, Rawhead Rex. Now we're talking. Now you guys are getting on the level now. That's right. So, Jules should be sitting over there going, shit, I need to write this down. But yeah, I'm going to go join your Patreon, my friend. I can't. Yeah, Sam, I can't take it anymore. I've got to have those. I got to have that model, especially since Tim Curry probably is not going to be around with us much longer. He's in pretty rough shape. Teen Wolf, yeah, Teen Wolf is kind of a cutesy sort of thing, but I dig it. I like the movie. Michael J. Fox, he's a really good actor. I like him. Really humble dude. But yeah. All right, so I guess we're on an hour and 22 minutes. We got some people dying off here. Been answering some questions and everything. Just to kind of again to do a recap, guys. Just support your Patreon if they support you. If not, look for others. There are plenty of them out there. These guys that I've mentioned and the guys that have been showing up on the live stream tonight are doing some kick-ass work. Go over and support them. They're very inexpensive. They put out some great models. Go look at their works. If you don't believe, don't take my word for it. Go over and look for yourself and see what they have to offer. And I also don't forget my Patreon as well. I don't offer very much. I have a private Discord where we help each other out. And I am offering model of the month right now. I have one model that I'm doing. September, I've got 2 spots that we're going to be diving into G.I. Joe. And we're also going to do another Punisher Wolverine diorama from the Punisher War Journal, the Jungle series or whatever you want to call it. We're going to be doing that one as well if time permits to get it out in September. I mean, we're moving along, guys. We have over 17,000 subscribers for the channel, and I'm most appreciative. By the way, if you're in here right now, please hit that like button for me right now. The more likes I get, the more likes I get. But it does put me in front of the YouTube algorithm and allows me to be shown to different audiences and stuff like that. And it helps the channel to grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, Quinn, yeah, I'm all for everything that you just said there. Sammy Kerr from Trick or Treat, with the blasted or the melted face on one side. Yeah. Universal Monsters, I'm always out for those. One of my grails that I am looking for is a Universal Monster, and it is from Sideshow, and that's the Mummy. I want the whole sarcophagus and everything. I love Egyptian archaeology and everything. I would die if I went to Egypt to look at to go to the pyramids and stuff. And that's on my bucket list, man. That's the only thing on my bucket list. But I would love to have that model. I found it on eBay, but they're like $1,000 for that thing. It's a classic, very limited. So who knows? I might commission that out to be done. So here's a good question. Did you end printing with that $100 printer? What did you think? So I had a little bit of an issue with it. I had to get them to send me an additional software for it because the flash drive that they send me was corrupted. So it wouldn't print anything at all. But I'm getting ready to get it set back up so I can work with it again and hopefully get a decent print out of it. But yeah, I'm still working on it. Godzilla, I've seen a lot of Godzilla models. Hey, look what we got here. Do we have him in the house? We were talking about this dude earlier. Is this Mr. Gabriel? Gabriel in the house. Dude, we were just talking about you. We were talking about and I'm not kissing your ass, but we were talking about what a great Patreon you guys were. The best Patreon that we have in right now. We're talking about all the models that everybody's been doing and not doing in their Patreons and everything. So this is cool. We got Mr. Gabe on here going out of the basement, man. All right. So yeah. Dude, if you do not know who Wicked is, you need to go over there and check him out. That's the biggest Patreon. What have I always said about you, Gabriel? You're the hardest working man in Patreon right now. And if you don't believe me, go over there and look at the work that they're doing. What did you guys have? 16 models last month, and this alien diorama. How the hell am I going to put that in this room? I have no idea. And that is on top of the Game of Thrones model, the Balrog and the Balrog model and stuff. That diorama. Oh my God, there's so much going on here. Where is the? I know I got. Well, I've got the Grim Knight over here. I've got Craven over here that I need to finish. Behind me here, you guys can see the Juggernaut and Colossus diorama. That one of these years, I will get it. Lord of the Rings. That's right, Darren. I'm so sorry, Daryl. I'm so sorry. Not Game of Thrones. We haven't done Game of Thrones yet. I don't think with Wicked hasn't done them yet. But yeah, I'm doing the Kingpin. I'm doing the Daredevil from these guys. So lots of great models. So Gabriel, why are you here, man? You want to give us an inside scoop on what you guys may be working on next month? Huh? You want to get me some more likes and more views from giving the scoop here, the official scoop. Hey, Stobar, how you doing, buddy? We just got Gabriel on board, so trying to hear what he's got going on. I would love to see or hear what they got for next month, planned for next month, because I don't think anything is going to top this past month with Wicked. I mean, you tell me, guys. What would you like to see Wicked do? Sorry, my wife was talking to me. 8 models diorama. Okay. Next month we were going for Across the Spider-Verse. Yes. Okay, I remember seeing that. Are you guys doing an Apocalypse? Voltron's Lions. Oh, that would be sweet. Bishop, Angela. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Yeah. And the video game diorama. The video game diorama. I don't think you guys have released that one yet. I don't have you. Magic and Monsters. Sweet. Apocalypse, not yet. Gabby, you know, I'm still waiting for that Punisher Jigsaw diorama, but I know we love you guys, so we're just kind of bearing with it. Do a 5 diorama with the writers. Is that for the video game, The Witcher or Voltron? I'm trying to guess here. Yeah, Quinn, Angela from Spawn. I think that belongs to what, Marvel now? So that would be cool. That's awesome, man. Very cool. So there we have it, guys. Gabriel on here giving us the inside scoop. Giving us the inside scoop. I love it. I love it when I get the inside scoop and nobody else has it. Oh, yeah. So there you go, guys. So the other 20 people that got off the live stream a little bit too early, in case you're just chiming in, we got Gabriel here from 3D Wicked or Wicked 3D. Kind of give us a little inside scoop for next month. But I like pushing the envelope a little bit. Gabriel knows I do. So what do you have up? Can you tell us anything you have upcoming for the month after next? What do you have planned for the fourth quarter? Like for October, November, December? Yeah. G.I. Joe, they want to do at least a couple of characters. Cool. So yeah, I would like to yeah, come on, Gabriel. Spill the beans, my friend. Horror for sure. Okay. This is like dangling the carrot here, man. At least 4 characters. Okay. 4 horror characters. Apocalypse is coming too. There you go. You heard it here. That's going to be one badass Apocalypse. I can tell you that right now. X-Men, 4 characters for X-Men. Okay. Sweet. Yep. Loki said it too. Sweet. Oh. I can't say more. Always a bridesmaid, but never a bride. Damn it. Well, anyway, if you're Gabriel, if you're looking for horror ideas, yeah, Rob just said it. We were naming stuff off earlier about like horror characters that we would like to see. Of course, there's a lot out there. There's no shortage of horror movies. But yeah, but we love the work that you guys doing. Oh, you're talking about Apocalypse and the 4 Horsemen. Oh, the diorama for that. I don't think it's been done before. What? That would be awesome. Are you talking about Apocalypse and the 4 Horsemen there, Gabriel? Astro, you're like at the tail end of the live stream. We've kind of went over that earlier, so you may have to go back and look. All right. So 4 Horsemen, yes. Yes. All right. So he just verified it. Apocalypse and the 4 Horsemen. That's going to be so badass. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be awesome. All right. You guys heard it first here. Apocalypse, 4 Horsemen coming from Wicked 3D. All right. So I kind of went into this live stream kind of like, kind of somber, kind of like, whatever, But you guys just make my night. And then with with Gabriel coming on and that announcement, that's cool. Ric Flair's 4 Horsemen. Woo! Oh my God. As strange as it sounds, I grew up watching wrestling and stuff. I actually want to see some really good wrestling models. I do. Like the ones that Sideshow did from PCS are just brilliant. They're just too damn expensive. I'm not going to pay $600 for a model like that. But yeah. True. So yeah, the problem sometimes is get nice references of the rest of the Horsemen if you can post in the group. So you hear that, guys. If you got some good reference photos, definitely post them in the Wicked group, or you can send them to me or whichever. Fabulous Thunderbirds. Are you talking about the group, the band? Gonna get tough enough. The Ultimate Warrior's been done, Loki. PCS did that, and I think it sold out. It actually looked really good. I think PCS did the I think PCS did The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ric Flair, Macho Man Randy Savage, The Ultimate Warrior, The Undertaker. Did they do Bret Hart? I'm not sure. So Wicked says they want to go in a way and try something new. I totally agree with that, man. WWF or singers. Yeah, there you go. That would be cool. I would love to see stuff like that. Fabulous Freebirds. Oh yeah. Terry Gordy, Michael Hayes. Yeah. Kiss. Yes, I'm a huge Kiss fan. The old stuff, not this new garbage they're putting out. I'd love to see Kiss Destroyer, the Destroyer cover. I would love to see that turned into a model, a really nice model. That would be cool. All right. So you heard some of the exclusive stuff here, guys. That's going to be awesome. The Fabulous Freebird, the Fabulous Thunderbirds. That's a cartoon too. I think that's a TV show and a comic book. Metallica would be cool. I can tell you right now that Lars would probably shut you down on that one, the greedy bastard. Yeah. Awesome. We're getting all kinds of great ideas. So again, that's like going back to what the original topic of the live stream was, and that's about Patreons. I mean, there's no shortage of things that you can find out there. So don't put up with second best. You got the number one guy, and I'm saying this because it's true. You got the number one guy in comic book related type Patreons right here on this live stream telling you what they're doing and what they're producing and some ideas that they're going to be coming out. That right there is customer freaking service. You don't have people on that doing that, coming out and telling you what's going to be happening and supporting and everything like they should be doing. But this little channel here, you got 4 Patreon creators on here right now, talking about what's going on in their Patreons. Because, and I didn't send them an invite; they just popped up there. So, I mean, that is very, very cool. So, thank you guys for being on here. I mean, I really, really appreciate it, and I know you guys in the comments like it. And I mean, if you would love to see these guys on here more, give me a hell yeah in the comments. And don't forget to give me a like. So I want to see like a whole plethora of hell yeahs like pop up all of a sudden. But I would love to have any of you guys on here to talk one-on-one and, talk about what's going on and in your Patreons and, answering questions and stuff. So yeah, there we go. There's the hell yeahs. I want give me a hell yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that like button for me. Leave some comments, some suggestions and stuff like that. You already know that these Patreon creators look at the live stream. So leave some comments, some suggestions. Maybe they'll go back through and they'll look and pick up on some of them and hopefully create some of these creations or create some of these things that we've been talking about in these live streams. That's a good purpose. That's why we do this right here. We get everybody together. We bounce around ideas. Hopefully somebody gets one that sticks and we get some kick-ass models to print and paint for us. And don't forget my Patreon. If you want to get the model of the month, which is the Spider-Man Kraven's Last Hunt for $10 stinking, definitely go on and check it out. So, but definitely, I mean, I greatly appreciate everybody watching the videos. I mean, that's free. So, WWE does need more statue love. However, I'm not sure what that license would cost, but I would love to see some wrestlers and stuff, some iconic wrestlers, some older ones that maybe that have passed away. I don't know about you guys, but I love George the Animal Steel. Remember that dude, the green tongue who chewed the turnbuckle and stuff like that? Who looked like just a big hairy guy, bald head and everything. Yeah. I'd love to see a statue of that guy. Cowboy Bob Orton. I would even want to see one from Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler is local, but Jerry back in the day, yeah. Oh, hell, you got X-23 dropping from R3D. Yep, Junkyard Dog. That was my grandmother's favorite. The Brood, the Hardy Boys. I mean, there's so many. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, All right, guys. I'm getting ready to wrap it up here because it is almost 8:40 my time. It's an early day tomorrow. For me, it's an important day for me at work tomorrow, and I have to get some sleep. Um, if you want to know, let's see, R3D Studio. There he goes. Jimmy Snuka. Yeah. Good, brother. Um, I grew up with all those guys. Hulk Hogan's been done. They did a terrible Hulk Hogan from PCS. But anyway, I'm getting ready to wrap it up, guys. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. This has been awesome to have R3D Studios, Cardoso 3D, Wicked 3D. Who else am I missing? Blah, 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 blah. Come on, give it to me. Geez, who else? Jules Maldonado. He was on here earlier. So Jules, all these guys, thank you guys for coming on board. And I would love to do a live stream with all of these patrons on here. And I would love to do that. But I don't want, people to think that we're trying to overtake one or the other or whatever like that too. And so by all means, I would love to have you guys on here at some point. My wife is going to check. Are they done, honey? My wife is going to check right now. It looks like my shed is completed. So you know what that means? That means I get to load up all this shit and start putting it out there. And you guys are going to see one kick-ass room. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be lights everywhere. There's going to be statues. There's going to be all kinds of crap everywhere. It's going to blow your mind. I promise you. But until that time, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much. So much love for you guys. Continue supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Hit that like button if you haven't done it already for me. Please go to any of the videos. Hit the like button on anything. Leave some comments. Leave some words. That helps me get out there in front of people. That helps us grow the channel and everything. And by all means, check out my other social media, Instagram, Facebook. If you need anything, if you have a question, let me know. I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. You guys have a great night. Stay safe out there. Don't forget, get out and create something. Print, prep, paint, repeat. And until the next live stream, everybody, we'll see you guys. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys.